Hi everybody. I'm so happy you came to visit me today. I just wanted to share a couple of cool things I thought they were cool that I found, and I wanted to share them with you. So first of all, these are just so yummy. I think they're like, uh, trying to see they're only 190 calories, okay? And they're Nature Valley biscuits, and they're the almond butter ones. Oh my gosh, they are so good. You know, if you just want a quick to-go breakfast or keep them in your purse if you're hungry sometime and, you know, you don't want to pull into McDonald's and pick up whatever it is you pick up at McDonald's. You just pop one of these in your mouth and they're really, really good. So I wanted to share those with you. I got these at Costco and you get a big box of them. I forget how much. I don't want to lie. I want to say it was around $10, but there's like, I don't know, there's a lot of them in there. So highly recommend these. And it's coffee time. This is a jammy day, but don't tell anybody. I love this coffee cup. I have two of them, and I've had them for a number of years. And they've got these little coffee beans on the inside. I don't know if you can see those. But I don't know why. It's my favorite cup. I think it's because it reminds me of Europe. It has the cafe on it, and I like pictures like that too. Anyway, I'm digressing. Here's another neat little thing I found. I know a lot of us gardeners, is it us gardeners or we gardeners? I think it's us gardeners, are growing mint or chamomile, and I showed my garden video where I am growing mint and chamomile, and I'll link those. Nope, it's over here. I'll link those above. Oh, here they go. Anyway, this is a little tea bag I found at Giant Eagle, and it opens on the bottom, and you put your tea in there. And since I like to make my homemade tea, I thought this would be great because I have a lot of already pre-made tea bags, but since I'm growing my own mint, my own chamomile, I thought this would be great. And it's made out of silicone, it's nice and sturdy, so I'll link a link there to my homemade tea. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. And I didn't buy these all today. I just bought these, you know, within the last couple weeks. Then I found this, and I was really kind of surprised because we all like to watch our weight. At least I do. And I found these little containers. And again, I got these at Mark's. I know I go on and on about Mark's, but I get so many great deals there. So I thought I'd try them, but I was kind of surprised how small the servings are, okay? So this one is for carbs. And you fill it up, and that's how many carbs you should have at that meal. And then it's got one for seeds and dressings. I don't even think you can see that. Anyway, that's how much dressing you should have. I've been overindulging in my dressing. And it also has veggies. I was even kind of surprised how small the veggie container is. But, you know, this is a serving of veggies. Not very big. I think it's maybe a cup. The carbs, I think, is like half a cup, maybe. But anyway, that's a serving of veggies. And then it's got the healthy fats. That's actually more than the dressing. I don't know. But I would imagine this would be for a whole day. It didn't have too many directions in it. But anyway, I have the feeling this is probably one of those as seen on TV things, but I'd have to research that further. So that's the veggie thing. And the fruits is about as big as the veggie thing, about a cup. And then this one has a couple of other containers in it. This is proteins. Look how small the protein portion is. That's about the same as, no, it's even a little smaller than the carbs. That's pretty surprising. But anyway, that's a serving of protein. And then I think this one is, yeah, it's another seeds and dressing one. So maybe we can have 2 of these. Probably not. Anyway, I thought those were kind of neat. And if nothing else, you can store things in them. That would work too. And then I got one last thing. Hopefully I won't spill my coffee here because it's kind of big. And I'll bet you'll never guess where I found this. Anyway, I thought this would be kind of neat out on my deck. And it's battery operated. It's not very big. It's real lightweight. It's not heavy at all. But I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it's a little fireplace. I thought that was so cute. So anyway, I had to have it. And I paid, what did I pay for this? I think it was around $14 that the sticker is off of it. But anyway, those are some of the things that I got the last couple weeks that I thought were really cool. Did I need them? No, I didn't really need them, but hey, you know, you got to have fun sometimes. So I think tonight I'm going to add a couple of simple, easy dinner things to this video at the end. And I made a seitan lunch meat and seitan sausage video as well. And I'm going to add that to this too. So anyway, I just wanted to pop in and say hello. And like I said, I'm really happy you came to visit. And I'll just go on to the other videos then. Hi friends! Just wanted to make a real quick dinner idea recipe. So anyway, right here I have this is just going to be potato salad. Nothing real exciting, but it's so simple. You get one of those little bags of the steamable potatoes, and they have red or they have the yellow potatoes, and you just steam them up, let them cool off, stick them in your fridge for another day. And this is one bag of those, and then I just peeled them and cut them up. They take like 5-6 minutes to cook. So even if you don't have a lot of time to make potato salad, this works out great. So anyway, I have here some dill pickle relish. I have some spring onion. I have dill mustard. And you can get that at Walmart sometimes. It's their own brand. Sam's dill mustard. It's really good. So I have about, a teaspoon of that, and there's probably a teaspoon and a half of the dill relish. And then here I have some mayonnaise, about maybe 3 tablespoons, and then I had one of those little restaurant ranch dressing things that I wanted to get rid of. So I stuck that in there and mixed it up. And here I have some garlic salt, I would say a quarter of a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon of lemon pepper, and maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon of regular pepper. And that's all there is to it. So I'm just going to mix this up, and we'll sprinkle this over. Mix that up a little bit. Don't want any hot spots. Now, hot spot is when you get a big mouthful of one herb or spice. So you want to mix up your spices before you stick them in there. So there's that. In goes the green onion. This is how I keep my green onion. Keep it on my countertop, and then I rinse the water every day or so, otherwise it gets kind of yucky. Then well, this is getting kind of dry here, but I cut it off as I need it, and I save the little roots, maybe this much of it, and I root it in water, and I'll show you that here, and it's growing new onions, so free food. I showed this the other day. Got a little bit of lettuce in there, and I've got celery that I cut off the bottom. So you can extend your food rather than throwing it away all the time, and that'll keep your green onions fresh for quite a while. Okay, so here I'm going to put my dill relish in, and I love dill in potato salad. So in that goes, and in goes the dill mustard. Now if you like to, you can put a hard-boiled egg in here, chop it up. You can do that, that's always tasty. And then I'm going to put the mayo and the ranch in there. So that's a simple and easy dinner. You can eat it with burgers, whatever burgers you would like to eat, whether it's veggie or meat or whatever. You can have it with some hot dogs, veggie hot dogs, whatever your preference of choice is. And now I would let this sit for a couple of hours in the fridge, just to let the flavors sink into the potato salad. You can also add some celery to this if you want. I mean, kind of the sky's the limit. I don't know. Whatever you like in your potato salad. And just mix it up. It's pretty easy. Usually making potato salad for me is a production. You have to boil the potatoes, let them cook. And doing them with the little potatoes in the bag is just so easy. I started doing this a while ago, and you can have fresh potato salad, and it's so much better than the store-bought kind. At least I think it is. So there you go. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator till dinner time, so that'll be a couple of hours. But there's fresh potato salad, and it took me all of under 5 minutes to make it. Okay, I'll be back with another quick and easy frugal meal idea in a little bit. Here's another frugal, delicious potato dish that we had for Father's Day brunch, and this is what I had left. So I can't show you how I made it, but I can tell you I got a bag of frozen hash browns. I had some green peppers, some onions that I sauteed in the frying pan. Then I put the potatoes in. I let those cook. I let those brown. I did it in some olive oil. And then when the potatoes were done, I took a jar of salsa. Now this was for a crowd, but for yourself, you could do whatever the portions are that you feel is right for you. So on top of the potatoes, I put some Mexican cheese. And then on top of that, I put a layer of salsa. And then I put some green onion. And you top it with some sour cream and more green onion. And it's really, really tasty. You can season the potatoes with whatever you wish. I used, I got this at Walmart, and it's called Breakfast Blend, and they had it in the barbecue section where they sell all their barbecue tools and things like that. But that's what I seasoned the potatoes with, but you could also season them with paprika, salt and pepper, some cumin, onion powder, garlic powder. That would be a great seasoning too. and it was really tasty. Everybody loved it. So anyway, bag of frozen hash browns. It's another quick and simple meal. Well, now I'm going to make some veggie sausage. So let me tell you what I have here. I have a block of tofu, medium, firm, whatever you have. This happens to be Cleveland tofu, and it's actually made in Cleveland. I don't know if you can buy this anywhere else, but this is still made the old-fashioned way, handmade and hand-cut by our tofu master. So I get this at Mark's, but whatever tofu you have is great. So I crumbled it up in here, and I put 2 tablespoons of mushroom powder, and I make that myself too. I dry the mushrooms, and then I put them in my little food grinder, and I store them here in a little, this is a coffee bottle from Aldi's. They have the iced coffee. I just store it in there, and it's way cheaper to make it yourself than if you buy it online. So that's what I do with that. So crumbled tofu, mushroom powder, and I'm going to put a little bit of hummus in there. I buy these at not at Aldi's, at Costco. You can get a whole bunch of them. Little packs, they're single serving packs. Sorry, my doggies are on a roll. A leaf blew by. Anyway, single serving packs, I'm going to put that in there. And this is all protein with the chickpeas and the tofu, and so all the protein goes in there. Then I have in here, so here I have smoked sea salt. I have, that's about a teaspoon, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt. So I'm going to put that in for some seasoning. And this is going to be a like a lunch meat kind of sausage. You can also make little sausages out of it for hot dogs or sausage, that kind of sausage. Now here I have about 1/2 teaspoon of marjoram. This is about 1/2 teaspoon of ground fennel, and a little more than 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. So that's going to go in there. Alright, oops, that wasn't good. Anyway, there we go. Alright, I'm going to go get some ketchup. Okay, so I put about 2 tablespoons of ketchup in there. And now I'm going to mix this all up. And I'll be back when I get that all mixed. So I mashed this all up and I tasted it, and it needs a little bit more tomato. So I have some tomato paste here, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon of that in as well. And what I mixed this up with was my handy dandy avocado masher. So I'm going to mash that in there. That'll give it a good sausage taste. And I'm going to add a little bit more mustard in here too. And I think I'm just going to add some yellow mustard, because that goes nicely in sausage. So I added about another tablespoon of mustard. So I'm going to get that all mixed up. And I'm going to give it a taste. And I think that should be good. Okay, I gave that a taste. This is what it looks like. Make it as smooth as you can. If you wanted to, you could even use your food processor to do this, but I don't want to dirty all those dishes right now. Actually, a food processor will probably be the best choice, but I did it this way this time. So anyway, now I'm going to add, this is Vital Wheat gluten, and it's all the gluten that comes out of regular flour. There's nothing weird about it. It's just the gluten that's left after you wash flour. Yes, you can wash flour. And I believe it was the monks, I don't know which monks it was, but they invented this because they didn't eat meat. So there you go. Now I'm going to add this concoction here. This is a small onion, and I ran this through my little food mill, my food processor. And I took what was left of a jar of pickled beets. I always save my pickled beet juice to make some sort of a seitan. It has a few cloves of garlic in it. I had a few that were starting to dry out. I threw those in there. And what else? I think that was it. Oh no, and a little bit of, I had a little bit of dill mustard left in a container, and I just put some little tiny bit of water in there. So altogether this is probably, I would say a cup of liquid. So I'm going to see if this is enough Vital Wheat gluten. I may need to add some more if it's too wet. So anyway, I know, doesn't this look weird? But hopefully it'll be tasty. So Vital Wheat gluten will turn into a dough, and the tofu and everything else with it, it makes a firm dough. So anyway, and then I'm going to wrap this later, and I'm going to steam it for about an hour. And it's looking like I'm going to need more Vital Wheat gluten. So I'm going to add more, but I want to mix this up first because this dough is too wet. See, it's pretty wet yet. So this might need another cup of Vital Wheat gluten with all the other stuff that was in here. And right now this is sort of a pink color, but after I steam it, it'll turn like a tan color. So yeah, I'm definitely going to need more Vital Wheat gluten. So let me get some more of that. Okay, so this is the consistency you want. You don't want it too dry. You want it about like that. It almost feels like raw hamburger. That's about the consistency you want. So I ended up adding another good half a cup of Vital Wheat gluten. So it was about a cup of Vital Wheat gluten. And now I'm going to wrap these up. Half of this I'm going to make individual sausages out of. So that's about a quarter cup. And I like to wrap mine in parchment paper first. You don't have to. You can wrap it right in foil, but I don't like my food touching foil. So I'm just going to shape this into a little hot dog shape. You can make these as big as you want, but I'm just using a quarter of a cup measure. So, and then you want to wrap it up. And then I'm going to wrap this in foil after I do this. But for now, this is what I'm going to do. And you want to wrap it fairly tight because it will expand as it cooks. So, twist the end. Twist the other end. And there you go. So I'm going to finish wrapping these. And then I'm going to make one, a larger one, because I want to make that into a sausage that I can cut and slice and put on bread. So I'll be back when I get all this wrapped up. Well, I ended up with 4 smaller sausages. So those you can eat on a hot dog bun, or, you know, just slice it up. And 1 larger one, and that one will go as lunch meat. So I want to wrap these in foil yet, just to keep them compact, and then I'm going to put them in my steamer. I'm going to wrap this now. I'm going to keep the little tail ends out to the side, and I'm going to wrap this second time. Wrap it nice and tight. And then take all the ends and twist them. And that'll be nice and secure. And it shouldn't blow up on you in your, well, they don't blow up. You know, it's just an expression. They won't expand too much in your steamer. One thing when you do wrap these, you want to make sure you leave enough foil on either side so that you can twist it. Now this is the big one. I already wrapped the smaller ones. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Again, nice and tight. And wrap all the ends. And there you go. Sausages. And the good thing is they don't have the nitrates, they don't have all the funky ingredients that when you buy the prepared stuff that they have, and they're plant-based. So I'm going to steam these now. I'll get my steamer and I'll show you how I do that. Well, this is my steamer, and I can't even tell you how long I've had it. It's probably been a good 20 years. I don't even know if you can buy these anymore, but you fill them up with water, and it has a little mark here where you can fill it. You definitely don't need this. You can do a double boiler, you can do your Instant Pot steam, whatever mechanism you have works just great. Just make sure you keep enough water in the bottom of it so that it stays steaming and it doesn't burn your food. But this little thing goes in there, and this is also, this is also a rice steamer, which I really never have used it for cooking rice, but anyway. And then this part has holes in it all over. So I'm going to put my sausage in there, and hopefully they all fit. And then I'm going to set this to an hour and let it cook. You want to make sure it's thoroughly cooked, and this is going to firm up when it cooks. And then after you put it in the fridge, it'll firm up even more. So everything fits in there great. I'm going to put my lid on, and this one just has a little timer thing, and I'm going to set that for an hour. It only goes up to 60 minutes. So anyway, that's my steamer. And I'll be back after this cooks, and I'll show you the sausages. Alright, so my sausages are done, and they're still warm, and you definitely need to refrigerate these to get them to firm up, because they're still very soft after they're cooked, and I'm hoping that they firm up more. If they don't, then I would suggest putting a little more vital wheat gluten in it, like maybe 1.5 cups instead of the 1 cup. But I have to wait and see. It needs to cool off. And then I tasted it, and it's very tasty. It tastes very good. But like I said, it's still very soft. It's not a firm sausage. So I'll have to let you know when I put the recipe up exactly how much wheat gluten I put in it, because this is another one of my fly by the seat of my pants videos, where I just throw in this and throw in that. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Flavor-wise, this is working great, and it'll be to be announced as to the texture of it. Okay, that's it for the cooking for today, and I'm going to go back over to my computer and talk to you there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, this and that, and some cooking and some fun things that I picked up. And if you did like this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you like my content, consider subscribing. And I'm very grateful that you came and visited with me today. And I love each and every one of you. And I wish you abundant blessings. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys. Mwah. See you next time.